So now we're in the woodworking shop, and the sill will be brought in through the door or through the garage door and then brought in here. And Seth is going to explain to us what the proposed setup is going to be for doing the mortise holes and positioning it for other holes that might be needed on those sills.
Yeah, the preliminary plan, we have a curious vintage heavy-duty mortiser that normally lives over to your right, where that hole is.
Yeah.
Ernie and I, using a lot of rollers and minimal bad language, managed to move it over where our top saw normally lives. And what we're going to be doing there is Ernie right there. Tentative plan is we'll be pulling this out a little bit, sort of hogging this whole aisleway from the door behind you to the door in the metal shop. And brought in some cribbing. We'll be building a series of 3 bunks, one towards the center, one towards each end, and using a set of probably a half dozen steel rollers set just above the cribbing that we can set that sill on, so we can hopefully do most of the back and forth movement by rolling, and the cribbing will be underneath it, just in case something should let go of the rollers. The mortiser will be used for cutting all the mortises for the posts, which we just looked at. We'll be doing sort of a guide block for drilling the vertical holes, drilling through a square or a plumb hole in a drill press that we can, on a thick block, we can clamp to the sill itself and use that as a guide for a drill bit held in an electric hand drill. That way, we don't have a drill press that will accommodate that thickness of material with enough throw to get a ship auger through it. So we'll be roping off this side of the shop and rerouting the foot traffic around the other side of the table saw so that we can get to our doors and our emergency exits and everything else. But that's the plan. With the length being around 37, 38 feet, we're doing the work on the ends, either end of it. As I said, one end will be opening the door to the metal shop and sort of scooting one end in that way to get to this end. For the other end, we'll be opening the door down on the other end, having to scoot it out that way a little bit because it's not quite as much length as we need, but that way with the rollers we'll be able to position it more easily.
Sure.
End of the day, if we're not done, we can roll it back inside the building, close the doors, and still manage to seal things up. So,
awesome.
well, that's the tentative plan. We'll see how it goes. We have not done any of these in here before.
Yeah.
Not anything of this size. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Seth, and we look forward to the next steps.